Yo, 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 welcome back to the Hulaham Hour. I am your host, Kurtis Branham, alongside Nick. My man, it has been a fun week of sports, hasn't it?
Oh, this has been one of the best weeks in quite a while.
Yep. All right, ladies, gents, let's kick it. Here we are. Believe I said episode 11. If I'm wrong, I don't care. Yeah, like I said, it's been a very, very fun week of sports. Going to start us off on a little somber note. First off, would like to say rest in peace to Tiger Woods' mother. Chaldea, I believe is how you say it. I might be getting that a little wrong, but rest in peace to her. And also rest in peace to one of my best friends, my cat Loki, passed away last night, sadly and unexpectedly. Moment of silence really fast for them too, and we will move on. Okay. Like I said, a little somber note to start, but we are in good spirits. Everything is good. Life is great. Not a lot in the NFL world. However, I did see a headline right before I sat down here that the Dallas Cowboys have made Mr. Matt Eberflus their new defensive coordinator to continue the shitting stir pot that is Dallas Cowboys football. Nick, what are your thoughts on that move?
Man, the Cowboys just keep striking out. I thought there was only 3 pitches, in an at bat, but here we go. We're
Strike
on fucking
187.
I mean, their whole team just went to kill.
Yeah,
brutal.
dude. It's kind of, Dallas has always been a, let's say, drama show, like a reality television show. Like, even if you're not into the NFL per se, it's really hard to not pay attention to the Dallas Cowboys. One, because they're just everywhere, because Jerry Jones makes them everywhere. But they're just crammed down everyone's throats, kind of like Taylor Swift has been the last 3 seasons in the NFL. With that being said, I just feel like Jerry Jones is literally, no offense to anyone he's hired, maybe a little bit of offense. I feel like he's just picking people out of the dumpster of, like, people that didn't really work anywhere. Don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. And here's a fun stat for you, I heard. So the Philadelphia Eagles over the last 2 years have spent $78 million more dollars than the Dallas Cowboys, the most valued franchise in the NFL.
And look, it shows.
Yeah, but that's crazy. He has the money, but when he bought that team, you know what he said? I want a team I can run. He didn't say when. He just wants to run
He
it.
wants to have his hand in everybody's cookie jar, man.
Yeah,
and
it's
from
killing
a
him.
business and managerial perspective, it's not healthy. No matter what kind of business you're trying to run, whether it's McDonald's or NFL football team, having that going on is not healthy. Granted, it worked for him for a few years in the beginning before everybody knew that it was ridiculous. But it's not going to work anymore. Jerry Jones is not going to win in this modern age with the way that he runs that team. He might
And he fired his best coach. Yeah. He won twice and fired him.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't think there was much other coaching moves. But there was some news on the salary cap being extended even further up the pay scale than most expected. Seems like, some teams are great, are like, woohoo, and some teams are like, damn it, I still got to pay, whoever. Like, is Russell Wilson still getting paid by Denver?
No, I think it ended after this past year.
Okay, well,
just a
you know what,
1-year
there's
cap.
got to be some more out there at some point. It just seems like, I don't know. It's gonna be fun to see the money moves that get made. It's good to see, I like seeing more money in the league because I just think it gives them an opportunity to try to get better talent to their teams. Look what you just said about the $78 million difference between a team that won the Super Bowl and a team that hasn't even smelled the Super Bowl in a long, long, long time. I can't talk much shit about going to a Super Bowl being a Lions fan, but I can talk all the shit I want about Dallas because that is the one thing in the NFL community everybody can agree on. Dallas sucks.
Nobody's happier than the Cincinnati Bengals, though, trying to sign T. Higgins and Jamar Chase with the salary cap increase.
Yeah, that's very true. There's always the drama shit that you read, but I saw like T. Higgins' mom was all going off about, him wanting to get paid. It's like, Mom, shut up. Leave, know your place. The only mom in the NFL that can talk any shit is Lamar Jackson's mom because that's his agent. So, yeah, there hasn't been too much, like I said, on the NFL front. It's been, like you said earlier, lots of speculations. The mock drafts are rolling out. This is the lull of the year, my saddest part. But I have my countdown on my phone of how many days we have left till Scott Hansen comes back for Red Zone. We are at an even 200 days left, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, because here in Michigan, we got a boatload of snow, and it is getting very, very, very hard to keep staying inside. Oh, yeah. On the Detroit Lions front, not too much. Been catching press conferences. It's just everybody kind of getting prepped for the March 12th kickoff of the new season. I think we're going to see a lot of moves. It just seems like the last few years, there's been more and more and more off-season moves, to the point I think I joked before in a previous episode, it seems like people show up for fantasy drafts and they'll draft somebody and they either retired, moved teams, and they think they're on the old team. If you don't stay with it, I understand that it is difficult to keep up with. But, yeah. Anything else on the NFL front this week, my man?
No, about the only thing I heard from the Lions is they got a lot of cap room.
Yeah,
they don't look like they're franchise tagging anybody.
No, that's honestly a good thing. I feel like any more franchise tag is just viewed as a negative thing, like a we want you but you don't want to be here kind of thing.
It is. It's a slap in the face because they don't want to pay him.
Yeah, because isn't it, if I understand it correctly, isn't it something along the lines of it takes the average of the top 5 paid players at that position and that's their salary? Is that right?
I'm not 100% on how that is.
I think that's how it works. I think when you franchise tag somebody, it takes the 5 top played players at that position and pays you the average of those 5 salaries.
Which, if you're a running back, is a real big kick in the dick.
Big slap in the balls. Yeah, so that's good to hear, though. I'm glad, the Lions have. If you've got money to play with and you're as good as you are, do it. I saw somebody put into ChatGPT, give me what the Lions should do for a trade for Myles Garrett. And this guy was like, I obviously think this is ridiculous and would never do it. But it wanted like this year's first-round pick, next year's first-round pick, another 2 or 3 picks in the third, fourth rounds, and then a player on top of it for Myles Garrett. I'm like, my God, is he like 24 and like the best thing since sliced bread? I don't know. I mean, he's good, but he's old. He's older for a lineman now, and it's tough. But that's ChatGPT for you.
He's still a 2-time defensive player of the year.
Yeah, I'd love to have him. Not 2 first-round picks have him, though. No way.
You wouldn't take TJ Watt right now for that?
No, but I don't. It's just tough. TJ Watt hasn't been himself the last couple seasons either. You can look up the stats on that.
He's just injured.
Yeah, exactly. So, saw a funny thing talking about Dallas being a shitstorm still earlier, too, with the Eberflus news. And it said Dan Eberflus was quoted saying, I want to utilize Micah Parsons as the dominant pass rusher that he is. No shit. That's like back when Matt Patricia was, I remember it was a sound bit of him when one of his last games that he coached for the Lions. He was literally yelling at his defensive players to tackle. Like, if that is like, one, that's clearly why the man didn't work out. But 2, like if you have to coach grown-ass men like you're coaching junior high football, like you've done something completely wrong. Like clearly if you have to tell these men to tackle, you haven't even gained their respect. Like the fact that when Darius Slay left Detroit, he openly came out and said, I left Detroit because I can't stand Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia was running him up a poll about like going on Twitter and saying something about the team or something, shit like that, and was trying to ban all social media and this, that, and the other thing, and that's not the culture that you want. And now I'm looking at Darius Slay and Philadelphia, happy as a pig in shit, winning Super Bowls. It just really is disheartening to know that we were so shit for so long. But again, glad Dan Campbell's brought the culture that he's brought because it has made us what we are today. Yeah, my Bluetooth speaker just shut off. God love it. Yeah, so with that being said, that'll wrap up our very, very short segment this week on the NFL. Each week we get closer. Like I said, I believe coming up in a couple more weeks, we've got the Combine. We also have, again, in a couple more weeks after that, the start. Actually, I guess the Combine's in 2 weeks, and I think the start of the NFL season is in like 3 weeks. Somewhere in that
I think
realm.
Combine's in end of March and drafts end of April.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking. Yeah. You're right. You're correct. I knew it wasn't that fast. But either way, new league season starts in about 3 weeks. So I know Kirk Cousins will probably get cut. Gonna have a bunch of breaking news there. Very, very excited. Take a second here again to say thank you to everybody. When I checked this morning, I think we were at 11,600 subscribers. Can't thank you enough. I'd also like to shout out, if you get a chance, to check out Tom Grossi's channel, as he currently is live streaming nonstop till he either hits 100 or 1 million subscribers or raises $1 million for charity. I believe it is the I just drawn a blank, Tom. I'm sorry. Anyways, it benefits veterans in some way, shape, or form, and I donated $5 last night to the cause. And like I said, get over there, help support him. He's going to be live streaming either until he hits $1 million race. And he was at $376,000 before I came out here in just over 3 days. So congratulations, Tom. Keep that up. I am going to look that up really fast because I want to know what. I just want to know which one. Children of Fallen Patriots. That is the charity. So go over to Tom Grossi's channel, help him out, help the Children of Fallen Patriots out, and yeah, it's a great cause. Check it out. Shout out Tom. You shouted me out last night when I did the donation. You didn't even know it. All right, moving on. Genesis Open was some incredible golf. Was a lot of fun to watch. Oberg is a gangster. Love the fact that he just got won the tournament, got no sleep, immediately flew out to do the TGL a couple days after that. What were your thoughts on Genesis Open, man?
Man, the first couple of rounds were rough scoring because of the weather, the conditions. It was real soft, but man, McNeely, you can't forget about him shooting 9 under on Sunday.
Yeah,
Oberg took it away from him in the last hole.
He did. He really did. And McNeely shot very well too. Oberg's just got this presence about him. I don't know what it is, and he's young. I can really see him doing what Scotty Scheffler did last season. I don't know. Scotty still played really good golf. He was in the top 10, I think, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Genesis Open is a really fun tournament. Sad to see Tiger had to withdraw with everything he had going on. However, still really fun golf to watch all the way around. It's good to see the outside golf as much as I love the TGL. The course looked like it was in absolutely beautiful condition. And it was the last round was very exciting watching Oberg take it, right at the last hole. So, yeah, what else you got on Genesis Open?
Honestly, watching the first round in the rain was probably one of the most fun things I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, it was raining pretty hard out there. Course was playing harder than hell.
Yeah.
Watching them struggle through, I think there was only 12 people to even break par even or better on the day.
There's something about, watching professional golfers. I don't like to watch any other sport do this. But because I play golf on the regular, watching people that do it on a professional level struggle, unbelievably fun to me. I don't know, because we'll have days I'll go out and I'll shoot really good. Go out the next day, and it's like I got hit in the chest and broken arm. Like, it's just like shoot almost even par one time and then go out and shoot 40 over par the next time. But that's what we love about golf, and that's what makes golf so much fun. Very, very excited. I'm in here earlier shooting on my simulator. Shot around yesterday, or Monday night, excuse me, out here. That was unbelievable. One of my best rounds on the sim ever. Yeah, that was fun. I'm really pumped to get back outside. At least watching and playing golf on PlayStation right now and doing the simulator is giving me some hope. But watching people play golf outside now since it started in January, it's really getting itchy and under my skin. I really want to just hop in the truck with the clubs in the back and drive till the snow's gone south and play 18 and just come home. Yeah. So, anyways, Genesis Open was fun. It's great. What do they got on the docket for this weekend? Anything fun?
Do you believe the Mexico Open?
Let's just double check that. I'm sure you're right.
I don't know if it's called the Mexico Open, but I'm pretty sure it's in Mexico.
Oh, that's cool that the PGA app puts the TGL scoreboard on there. Glad they're supportive. Yes, you are correct, sir. It's the Mexico Open at Vadiana World. I'm sure I butchered that. 3 years of Spanish. Just can't speak a lick of it.
Vedanta World.
Yep, and yeah, we are right into it. And then in a couple weeks, we got the Arnold Palmer Invitational. That's going to be a really good one. So yeah, golf is back in full swing. Very excited about that. Masters coming up in April. Very excited about that. I believe they said they were going to be able to get the course repaired in time for the Masters this year because there was a lot of damage with all the shit that happened down south last year between floodings and hurricanes and yada, yada, yada. It just seems like they were so devastated down there. They're getting it all cleaned up. So we wish those people the best. Okie dokie. Back to it. Speaking of the TGL, the TGL tripleheader Monday. Man, was that fun to watch. First game goes to overtime. Bay Golf Club ended up taking it, which, again, I want to touch on. The overtime in that is just so it's quick, it's efficient, and it's exciting. The green that they had, did you watch the overtime match?
Yeah, that was all I got to watch. I was still at work.
The frickin' green they had was, you had to just be perfect. But for, was it the Gala that made it?
Fleetwood, I thought.
Fleetwood made it? Or no, Cantlay.
Fleetwood.
Or, I don't remember. No, I think it was Patrick Cantlay, because he's the one with the dirty mustache, right?
A lot of them have dirty mustaches.
Yeah, that's true. Let me just look it up here. Anyways, the one that made it, I'm pretty sure it was Patrick Cantlay. Let's take a peek here. But anyways, that was super sick. But you had to absolutely have it be perfect to do that, and he did. I'm sorry, Wyndham Clark. Excuse me, oh, no, wait. Singles, triples, no, where the hell's the overtime? I think it was Keegan Bradley that made it, play-by-play.
Keegan didn't shoot till later on. He's on Rory's team. Fear the stash.
Oh, that might have been. I don't know. Anyways, it's just exciting. Their overtime rules are fun. It's absolutely a riot to watch these guys interact with one another, shove each other, make fun of each other. I still think there's a ton of room to improve. I still think there's also that, with having a simulator, I've learned through the time that, yes, it does help your game. Yes, it does give you a lot of data. It can become overwhelming with how much data it can give you. But you
so Atlanta won the first round, by the way.
Cool. Okay, I'm reading them backwards. That's what I'm seeing. My bad. Anyways, you learn to play the sim as well, if that makes any sense. Like, you just know when you're lining up and you got your 60 degree and you're 50 yards out, you just am like, okay. Where when you're outside, you still have that, but it's just not, it's different when it's inside. So, yeah.
Tommy Fleetwood hold out.
Yeah, I was reading them backwards. My bad. I was reading them backwards. Let's get this one pulled up right now. It was Patrick Cantlay that made, so I was correct. It's Patrick Cantlay that made it. Or no, you're right. Tommy Fleetwood made it. It was the second shot, wasn't it? Yeah, you were right. All right, you win. Yeah, Tommy Fleetwood sunk that thing. That was really cool. Oh, was there a? Yeah, that's super cool. Was there a somebody hit? What it wasn't in. Was it in play or anything? They're showing a replay right now of a guy that got the hole in one on that shorter par four.
Yeah, hit off the rocks.
Yeah. Yep. Super cool though. And then it looks like Fleetwood almost did the same thing. Yeah, on that hole they're showing the replay right now. Yeah, super cool. Yeah. So there was that. The one that went to overtime, which started off the triple header on Monday. Then we had a 6-5 Bay versus Atlanta. Bay Golf Club versus Atlanta Golf Club. Then
that was a great match.
Yeah, all of these matches within 1 point, which when we started this, first one 9-2, second one 12-1. Tiger got his shit rocked. Next one was 4-0. We're like, God damn. Since then, we've had one match besides Tuesday's yesterday. It's been 2 matches since then that have not been 1 point games. So I'm glad that that's come closer, made things more exciting. Again, this league has so much promise and so much potential. I really hope that they just keep improving upon it. I really hope that they keep getting the financial backing that they need to continue. I also hope that they can expand to some more teams. Because this is PGA related, do you think we're going to see a live crossover at all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I think once the merge happens, and it sounds like they're pretty positive that's going to happen sometime this year.
Yeah, that's great. I really hope it does. It's going to be good for the sport. It's going to open up a whole lot more opportunities for players, I believe. It's going to open up a whole lot more opportunities to golf in different places as well. I think there's not a lot of negative and a whole lot of positive to be had with that merger. And the TGL could potentially, I don't know if they're doing it now because it's just when it fell in place for them to do a season, but really they could be running this where it starts in September and kind of runs during football season. I don't know if they want to compete for ratings with football or not, but with that being said, it would be an off-season league. What are your thoughts on doing that?
Well, I think this is kind of just how it fell. This has been in the works for 4 years.
Yeah.
I think they just launched when they were ready this year. I definitely see it being an off-season because that's asking a lot out of them guys to go shoot 4 days at Torrey Pines in San Diego, get in a plane, and go fly to Florida.
Yeah, that's what Oberg was saying. He was on like 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah, he got home at 3:30.
Yeah, and kudos to him. Most people would be like, "Screw it, I ain't coming. Send the sub." So, yeah, very exciting to see this league develop. I definitely want to get down there and see one. This is tickets. I wonder if there's actually tickets you can buy.
Probably sold out for this year.
Well, let's find out. I'm on here. I'm just going to see for shits and giggles. What are you doing March 3rd? No. It's got to be resale ones, I'm sure. Yeah. You can get general admission in the Eagle Terrace for $450 a seat. You can totally go. That would be fun. That'd be a blast. Paid $450 for front row at a whole hell of a lot of awesome events, and for this to, but I don't think there's a bad seat in that house. I don't think the whole arena is. I feel like you're pretty much right on top of everything. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, yeah, the tee box is the tee box. I mean, you don't go anywhere, so I couldn't imagine you'd have too many bad spots. They should sell tickets for them to sit in front of the impact screen.
Yeah, just sit on a chair. If you get it, if they skull it, you get knocked out.
You get goalie pads.
Yeah, that'd be, dude. Okay, you said it, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna add on to this. Hey, Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O, I was watching Jackass 4.5 the other day. You could do a 5, and you could totally set it up where these guys are just launching drives at you. Because I seen you do the tennis ball one, and I know you're getting older, but tennis balls at 100 miles an hour, yeah, those hurt. But guys take baseballs at 100 miles an hour that are hard. So let's take some golf balls at 155, 60 miles an hour. more hard objects at a faster velocity. Jackass 5. All right. 1,500 people is the capacity of SoFi Center. So it's intimate. It's intimate as shit. Like, it's so, you're right there with everybody. That Eagle Terrace where those tickets are at for $450 a piece, that is pretty much right dead smack in the middle on one of the sides. It's a good spot. I wouldn't think there was any tickets available at all, but yeah, cool beans. Okay. TGL coming up. Yesterday's match was 10-3. New York beat out Jupiter. There are no more. Oh, I'm sorry. Boston has not won a match yet. Who's on Boston?
Rory. Keegan and his mustache.
Dun, dun. Keegan and his
How is
mustache.
it the two teams that really, the two minds that created the league
are the ones that are the worst ones. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable.
It's kind of funny.
It is. It really is. Because you know damn well they played on this a lot before they actually launched it.
They're the ones testing it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we have another doubleheader on Monday, February 24th, coming up.
So did you see Tiger's miss yesterday, though?
No, I didn't catch it. Tell me about it.
So he was actually 199 yards from the hole, and his caddy told him 99. He hit the ball 99. Apparently all caddies say that, like, you're 99. They know it's 199. He absolutely walked up and hit it 99 yards.
That's hilarious.
He said it was the most embarrassing thing he thinks he's done in golf in a long time.
I bet. And the fact that he actually hit it exactly 99 yards is even funnier.
It was great.
That's really good. See, this is why we do this for you people. It's for the stuff that even we miss. To show you how awesome sports are every week. Yeah, so Monday, February 24th, LA is taking on New York. That'll be a good match. And then you got Boston playing Atlanta. So you have Boston has an opportunity to get another dub. But really, I think the only chance that they have of getting a dub is playing Jupiter. And they don't play Jupiter.
They already did, and Jupiter won.
Yeah, and they don't play Jupiter again the rest of the year. So they are up Schitt's Creek. Yeah.
So who do you got for a favorite?
Favorite to win it this year? It's hard to guess. It's hard to bet against Bay Golf Club, dude. Every time I've watched them play, they're unbelievable, and they're the only undefeated team left. It's really hard.
I'm in LA.
Yeah, it's really hard to bet against them.
Make your pick.
I'm gonna take. I think it's Bay Golf Club, the one with Shane Lowry.
Bay Golf is Ludwig at Oberg and Wyndham.
Yeah, but Shane Lowry's on it too. Yeah, it's Oberg, Minwoo Lee, Wyndham Clark. Yeah, I'm gonna take them all day. I think honestly that's a pretty obvious pick, but it's also a very easy pick. Who you got?
I got LA.
Do you?
To be honest with you.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it.
So that's LA? Fleetwood, Morikawa, Thigala, and Justin Rose.
It's a fun team. While watching those two go at it, on Monday, March 3rd, there's another doubleheader, Monday, March 3rd, between Bay Golf Club and LA. 3 p.m. That one kicks off. That'll be fun to watch. That'll be a lot of fun to watch. It'd be even more fun if both of them. Well, LA technically has their overtime loss, it looks like. But undefeated in regular play. 2-0-1. Bay is 3-0. New York 1-2.
Top four make the playoffs.
Yeah, so it's looking at this point that Boston and Jupiter is probably going to miss. 'Cause I think New York's win is against Jupiter or against Boston, one of the two. Either way. Yeah, it's shaping up. Again, been so much fun to watch. Very, very excited to see how this is all going to play out. Playoffs should be fun. I'm just curious to see, too, come playoff time, if, one, the shit-talking increases or if they just all kind of get in the zone and kind of leave each other be. How do you think that's going to fall?
Oh, I think it's only going to increase every week. These guys are getting pretty comfortable with this, and it's been getting a lot more and more. I love it.
Yeah, it's been them having an MC, them doing their thing, playing music, all that kind of stuff. It's all paying off. I think there's only nothing but bright future for this. Very, very exciting. So, yeah, the playoffs start March 17th and 18th, and then the final series is best of 3, Monday, March 24th is game 1. Tuesday, March 25th, game 2, and match 3, if necessary. It's just a doubleheader on that same Tuesday, March 25th at 9 p.m. Wraps up right when April starts, when golf starts for the majority of the nation. Hopefully it will thaw out around that time up here. I don't know. We got so much snow. We might be in for a very, very, very wet beginning of our golf season this year.
Oh, for sure.
Going to be a very fun time. Okay. Anything else on golf as a whole this week?
Nope. I'm talked about everything I would like to.
Gravy, baby. Okay. Moving on. Still haven't talked about my most exciting topic yet. And I think I'm gonna flip-flop these topics that I got put down today. The Four Nations Tournament. I think, unless you've been sleeping under a rock, you've heard about the United States and Canada game last Saturday, which was, in my opinion, the most epically started hockey game I've probably ever watched. One of those things where I have it on and I'm doing other stuff, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'm watching, but I'm just not paying attention like I should be. And as soon as that puck dropped, my attention was immediately on that television screen because there was a fight within the first 1 second of the game. So another fight with the next puck drop and a third fight. There were 3 fights within the first 9 seconds that just set the tone for the entire game. And, of course, USA, USA. We took the dub. It was very exciting. Nick, what are your thoughts on that game?
Oh, I couldn't believe the physicality. I expected it to be physical. I never saw that coming right out of the gate.
I don't think anybody did.
And Brady Kachuk in the second fight, I watched a replay, and he goes, "It just happened organically." The first one went, and we're like, "Let's go."
Yeah. Oh, man. So
I hope injuries don't kill us tomorrow, though.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too. And it might because, look at we ended up losing to Sweden, which I was really hoping that we were going to pull off the undefeated, run. Not that it'll take away from our championship at all.
Yeah, but Matthews and Matthew Kachuk, they both sat out just for preventive injury.
Yeah.
Brady got hurt, and then the same thing, preventative. McAvoy is going to be out on Thursday.
So with all that being said, what you're telling me, Nick, is that these players in an all-star break setting are actually playing to win?
This is not an all-star break setting. This is a battle
I'm just saying,
nation.
well, no, I understand that it's a Four Nations tournament, and it's probably why they are playing. But I even think that if they did this in any other sport, that these players are playing their hearts out in the middle of an NHL season. And you don't see that in any other sport when it comes to any sort of all-star break, whether they're doing East versus West or NAFC versus NFC or anything of that nature. These players are playing their full hearts out, and it's just fun to see that instead of what we see a lot. Even when they have the NHL All-Star game, these guys are still playing. I mean, yeah, they're not playing this hard, of course. They're not having 3 fights in 9 seconds, but they still play. And that's what separates the NHL from every other sport, in my opinion, is the fact that these guys go out for every game, no matter what it is, and give their all. And damn it, kudos. My hat is off to you people, man. I can't say enough about your brass cojones. It's great.
Well, the All-Star game last year for the NHL was kind of a joke, the 3-on-3. That's why they made such drastic changes.
Well, good. And to be honest, do you see them continuing to do this, or do you think they're going to make it a once every 4 years or something like that? Or
no, I think this should be every year.
I think it should be too. This has been incredible. And, there were guys that were mad they didn't make teams. There were, there's guys that aren't representing any of these 4 countries that just get 2 weeks off. And that's great. That's great. It's awesome. But gives rest to some players, gives players time, or other players gives them time to stay on top of their game by playing. It's a great thing for the league. That game was so exciting to watch. Even after that, there wasn't any more fights. However, the play was just top notch. It was Dylan Larkin looks incredible. I haven't seen him play this well. I don't think ever. And for him and for them to gel, to have to put aside all things, whether you're playing with a guy that you hate or whatever, It's hard to do. It's hard to do. It's just hard to gel with a team that quickly, and USA looks like they did very fast.
To me, what's been awesome and hilarious is the team-on-team violence. A lot of guys from, like, we're watching a Florida Panthers guy drill another Florida Panthers guy on the other day. Like, that's his actual teammate.
No holds barred, man. And that's another reason why this has been so incredible, because they're just putting everything aside. You are not on my team right now.
No.
You are not on my team right now. You are the enemy. And it's crazy to me that they can have that line in the sand and follow it so strategically.
You know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
Mamba mentality. Do you remember that All-Star game with LeBron when the first play of the game, he was playing with Paul Gasol on the Lakers, and he goes, I know what play they're running. I'm going to run right through this motherfucker, and he did.
Yeah.
Mamba mentality. He ain't on my team right now. I'm here to win.
Yeah, correct. That is 100% correct. 100% correct. Yeah, so Finland beat Sweden 4-3. USA beat Canada 3-1. Looks like Canada had beat Sweden in overtime 4-3 a couple days before that. Whoops, getting all off track here. My bad. Then Finland beat Sweden 4-3. USA beat Canada 3-1 in the game we've been talking about. Then on Monday, Canada beat Finland 5-3, and Sweden beat USA 2-1. But the championship being tomorrow, Thursday, February 20th. I believe it's at 8 p.m.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I think it's on TNT as well.
ESPN as well. Yes, USA, Canada, 8 p.m. It's going to be a really good game. I don't think we're going to see the same fights that we saw, but I think we're going to see the same raw emotion, the same passion from both sides. Is the entire tournament being played in Canada?
No, actually, the last couple games were played at the TD Garden, and so is the championship where the Celtics play.
Okay, because the other game was in Canada.
Yeah, it was at the Bell Center in Montreal.
Yeah, which it was 95% Canadians. So it's nice that we'll have a little bit of home ice advantage with this one too. That's going to be great.
We're in Boston.
Super great. I love it. All right. Anything else on the Four Nations tourney?
I look forward to a great championship tomorrow.
It's going to be really fun to watch, and we will have the people filled in next week about it.
I hope we get the Kachuk brothers back.
Yeah, for sure. I hope we do too.
There was nothing better than wearing my Kachuk around and find out, and then you watch the puck drop and just two brawls with them right away.
Bam, 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 bam.
Love it.
But I did also see, which, they shouted out their father, that did that, I believe, in like the 96 World Hockey Championships or whatever. So they were paying homage to their pops, which is super cool too. But for there to be a third fight not involving them, that's what told me, okay, this wasn't just them paying homage. This was, we're freaking here. You ain't going to out-physicality. You ain't outplaying us in physicalness, period. You might be a little quicker than us. You might be, but we are going to beat the shit out of you. We're going to come in like Dan Campbell's Lions, break your freaking clavicles, bite off some kneecaps. It's just cool to watch. Fun hockey. If you haven't watched any of it yet, seriously tune in and watch it. It's very, very good. It's just some of the best hockey you'll watch.
The only thing I'd advise is when you're a 6 foot forward, how about we don't pick the 6'6" Canadian defenseman to square up with?
Thought the same exact thing.
That didn't go very well for him.
I'm like, dude, this guy's getting, my wife and even turned over and was like, dude, that guy's getting his ass beat. He might want to stop. I'm like, yeah, it's because he picked the guy that's 4 times his size. But kudos to him for messing with Sasquatch.
That's hockey players all day, but Jesus.
Yeah, no shit. God love it. Okay. So, yeah, tune in to the Four Nations tourney. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell us your thoughts on the Four Nations tourney. Love to hear it. So, that being said, the NBA All-Star Game. Oh, boy. I'm just going to let you take the lead on this because I've got my thoughts. But lay it on us, Nick. Let the people know about the NBA All-Star weekend, I guess, because it was more than one day.
Well, I thought the skills challenge diminished, for one. It used to be a lot more competitive.
Way.
I didn't see much competition in that at all.
Chris Paul took
DQ'd.
The whole thing. Yeah.
You got DQ'd in a skills competition. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah, but in his defense, He did not break any rules.
You're fucking going to try to cheat in a skills competition. Give me a break.
It's not cheating. I'm
He's
going to
40.
defend them because in the rules it stated. Now, granted, do I think what they did was wrong? Yeah, I think it was stupid. Just, come on, it's for fun, But they didn't break any rules. In the rules it stated you just have to get the 3 shots off. You don't have to make any of them. You just have to at least get them off. I think if you made one, you can move on, right? Or something. Yeah. But you just have to get the 3 shots off. So they did not break any rules. Granted, I know it was a shitty low blow for them. I personally think that was them poking holes in the fact that this whole skills comp is a load of horse shit. Do you think so?
This whole weekend is a load of horse shit, and it still is. And I watch a lot of NBA, and then everybody should lose pay that was in that dunk contest to lose to a G League player. They should owe $500,000. This guy can't even play in the NBA, but he's gonna whoop your ass in a fucking dunk contest.
Yeah, the fact that in his 3 years in a row, he's now won, correct?
Yeah, and he's a great dunker. Don't get me wrong, but come on, he signs a 1-day contract because nobody else will ever sign him to dunk a ball.
Yeah, and that shouldn't be that way.
You might as well pull up some high school people. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that whole thing just doesn't pass the shit smell test to me. It's not cool. I mean, I get the kid's exciting. I'll give him that. He's fun to watch dunk a basketball. But the fact that he's actually – was there anybody from the actual NBA that competed? Like, who all competed?
There was, but they weren't any good.
I didn't even watch it because I'm just not even – I don't know. I watched all the highlights and stuff, and I understand it. And I remember back in – I remember back in my day. God damn it, I'm turning into one of those people. But back in the day, NBA Live 05, they put the dunk contest in there, and you had to mash all the different buttons like you're playing Mortal Kombat, okay? That was when the dunk contest was at its prime. When you'd have LeBron versus Carmelo versus Vince Carter versus whoever the hell. Like, it was just raw. It was, again, players actually trying to compete against one another without the fluff and the bullshit. Just trying to see who can dunk the basketball the best, who can make granted, shout out Tyler Harrow for winning the 3-point contest. That's something that's still a legitimate competition that I do tune in and watch. That's not going to change. That's something that takes real skill, and I'm sorry, a G League player is not going to come in and win 3-point contest. And if that happens, I think the NBA needs to look at themselves and say, holy shit, maybe we should just do a G League versus an NBA All-Star team and actually have these guys play each other and see who wins. And then have some consequences like, if the G League team wins, we're just going to swap leagues. We're just going to you guys make all minimum contracts, and these guys get your contracts. Period. It's gotten to the point, Draymond Green's on, they got him on as an announcer, and he's sitting there bashing the league, calling it boring. I thought that was awesome. I've loved Draymond his whole career just because he spoke his mind about everything.
And he's a steak guy.
Well, yeah, that too. That helps.
Give the rest of the story.
That helps a lot. However, what were your thoughts on Draymond calling the league boring?
He's dead on right.
Amen.
I mean, there's no defense anymore. The big man is pretty much non-existent. It's not what it used to be, and I think it's losing a lot of viewership because of it. Yeah, but the revenue is clearly still there for the league as a whole. Because when I look, my wife was asking me the other day what the highest paid sport of the 4 main sports was. Do you know what it is? Not actually soccer, but baseball.
Well, soccer. If you're looking at the world, it is football. But it claims, and Google claims, I know they can be wrong, but Google claims the NBA pays out the highest average salaries.
Have you seen Juan Soto's contract?
I did. I didn't believe that it was baseball first either, but maybe I might be a little fuzzy on that. It might have been baseball, basketball, but I think you're right. It was baseball, basketball.
Because baseball NFL, still has hockey. No salary cap, so I mean that's the difference, though.
Yeah, that's the biggest difference. But because I think I searched average salary, not from salary cap. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was basketball. Either way, they're making an astronomical amount of money. The fact that they're making more than football players still blows my mind because I feel like you would think NFL would be the highest grossing revenue league in the country, but apparently it's not.
Well, it is. They just don't get paid enough. The owners take it all.
Yeah. Just so they can look at themselves in the mirror and rub their nipples.
for a lot more physical abuse than the NBA will ever have in their life.
All right, Justin Tucker.
I said players. I didn't say other people.
Oh, man. That's a can of worms I don't think I'm going to open this week.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. So, again, I think overall, I love that we've been talking about the NBA All-Star Weekend, and we haven't even touched on the actual basketball that was played, which I've been sending you those shorts from YouTube of I forget the name of the channel, and I'm very sorry. I'll shout you out next week. They make those parody cartoons. Okay. And it was like the players talking to Adam Silver, and they're like, hey, man, this week's All-Star game was bullshit. They're like, we barely even played any basketball. And he goes, I don't give a shit. Our ratings were up. We made more money. And they're like, you made more money. Do players get bonused out for making All-Star games by anybody?
Well, they get contract. It's in their contracts personally. They don't get it for being there. It's built into their contracts.
Okay, that makes sense. Because it's like, oh, yay, I got voted to play for free. No,
that's an incentive bonus. Most of them have in their contracts.
Okay, that's definitely a lot better.
Well, like even Kevin Durant said, he goes, we're not going to play competitive.
Yeah.
Like for Kevin Durant, one of the greatest players in the world, to come out and say that.
Right.
But like the young guys played competitive in the game. You could tell the younger guys were happy to be there, but Steph Curry and them, we're just going to shoot from half court, throw some moves.
I saw a ton of logo threes. So I know it was like the 4 announcers from like the NBA talk show, correct?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Which is cool. I like that idea. However, for them to play, what was it, a race to 40?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got Chuck's Global Stars beat out Young Stars 41-32. Shaq's OGs beat out Candace's Rising Stars 42-35. And then Shaq's OGs took Chuck's Global Stars to the absolute cleaner 41-25. So I understand that they put the cap on so that it's not a 220 to 222 scoring game. So that it actually makes them want to play this much defense. Again, though, if you add up, this is like they played 3 quarters of a game. I mean, honestly, I guess if you took the 40, and the 40, that's 120. That's kind of a whole. That's 4 quarters of basketball. I just think that there's a lot to be had with the format layout. I think they're onto something with having the 4 teams or the coaches or whatever, but maybe play 2 10-minute halves or something. I don't know. I just think there's room for improvement there. What are your thoughts?
They took so many breaks during those 40-point races, though. It was absolutely insane. You really didn't watch much basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
It was more game. It was more show and talk, than it was actually watching anybody play.
Yeah,
I think they go back to the old format next year, to be honest, and just deal with the 200-point score. I don't think it got the turnaround they quite wanted.
No, they could even just up the ante and make it a race to 50 or 60 or something, or maybe even have 6 teams and make it a round robin for a couple days and just say, forget the skills, kind of do like the 4 Nations is doing for the NHL in a different format.
And, cool. Giannis has talked about that, too. Them guys would love to have international versus the U.S. All-Stars.
Yeah, that would be,
absolutely love that.
Yeah, totally forget the whole East versus West thing and do that. That would be a lot of fun. I know, how baseball, the All-Star game still has implication on the World Series. Is that correct? It doesn't anymore? Okay, so then there's why they don't give a shit anymore. There's nothing to be had. So if there's nothing to be had, why not make it international versus USA? And quite frankly, baseball could do that same thing.
In NBA, would be freaking amazing. Luka and Giannis and Jokic and Wemby and
international.
Oh my God, that would be
the international team would give the United States a run for its money. 100%, 100%. That would be really fun basketball to watch. NBA, Adam Silver, take notes from the Hulaham Hour. Listen to us. Listen to the people. We want this is the kind of change that we all want. And we want good change. We don't want this change. Yeah, it was
They
cool to see.
swung.
It's cool to see Shaq lift this little trophy. I think the funniest thing to me was I had the game on, and my wife rolls over. She's like, "Hey, why is Kevin Hart on TV for basketball, and why is he standing next to Shaq?" I said, "Because it's funny, and we're talking about it." But
He was actually really entertaining.
Kevin Hart always is funny, but
He
unnecessary.
helped them guys.
For sure. Even if you weren't tuning in for the game, you tuned in to watch him. I even had the sound off and I was laughing just because his mannerisms are funny and everything. And he's the same height as Shaq's dick, so it was really funny to watch.
You should have seen him. They gave him a little participation trophy for the little guy. It was absolutely hilarious.
That's great. I absolutely love that.
It was pretty funny.
God love it. All right. Anything else on the NBA All-Star front?
No, I'd happily turn the page on that topic.
Okay, moving on. Light that shit on fire.
Absolutely.
So, I'm going to poke your sore spot here to start off our NCAA basketball talk this week. But Auburn beat your Bama Roll Tides. That was honestly a fun game to watch. Up until the last couple minutes, it was within a couple possessions the entire game. I've got to watch Auburn play a few games, as I've said before. It's fun team to watch. Bruce Pearl is an absolute G. I think Bama is still 100% top number one seed. I mean, they got bumped down to 4. It's this has just been a tough, very competitive year, especially for the top 25. What were your thoughts on the Auburn-Bama game?
So I felt a lot better after the game when I actually saw a stat. So Auburn this year has 14 quad one wins. The next highest team is like 6.
I did see that.
They've played that many great teams,
and
they
still,
absolutely deserve to be number one.
Yeah, Bruce Pearl. Did you see his pregame speech?
No,
it's hard. Pregame speeches are hard to give anymore to motivate people, especially these young men in college. But he's Bruce Pearl with his raspy, screaming voice, and he's like, "You guys go out every week. You play like the number one team. You practice like the number one team. You look like the number one team, and you are the number one team. Go out there and keep it that way." And it's just hard to not go, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." It just is. It's gonna be. It just seems like the last lot of years, the one seeds just struggle come tournament time. Very, very. I'm excited to watch and see how Auburn does come tournament time. But it's not who I'm rooting for, clearly. Michigan State's dropped down to 14. Michigan is ranked above State, I believe, higher for the first time all year now.
I can't wait to poke your sore spot on this subject.
Yeah, well, it's not a sore subject because, one, State beat Purdue last night. Big win for them. And Purdue is ranked in between us at 13. However, Michigan and Michigan State play this Friday, I believe, at 8 p.m. It's going to be a very, very fun game to watch. Tell me what you're most excited about to watch in that game.
I'm most excited the fact that Michigan State is 354th in three-point accuracy. Think about that. That's what makes me excited.
We still winning.
So I like Michigan's chances. I love our big guys. We got 2 massive inside dudes that were transfers this year, and we are clicking. Most of our wins are under 5 points, so I hope it's close.
It will be. It's always been hyped up with the rivalry, mostly in football and hockey, I'd say. It's just been such a gap in Michigan State play up until the last few years, really. That State's just been the predominantly better basketball school, but Michigan's always been the predominantly better football school. It's fun to see them be more competitive with one another. I hope State gets to a more competitive level football-wise. I don't think they ever will, at least in my lifetime. However, Tom Izzo is now the number 1 winningest coach in Big Ten history. Shout out Tom Izzo. It's fun to watch him beat Indiana and claim that from Bob Knight. I also found it very interesting that his first win in the Big Ten was against Indiana, against Bob Knight. That was really cool. Shout out Tom Izzo. Shout out my Michigan State Spartans. It's going to be a very fun game Friday. I know I'll be locked on my couch watching that. It's going to be top grade A sports entertainment.
Go Blue.
Yeah. So yeah, top 4 AP top 25 NCAA: Auburn, Florida, Duke, Alabama. Those I think were also, the NCAA released their kind of preliminary bracket rankings. I believe those top 4 were the top 4 seeds.
I think I saw we have 29 days until Selection Sunday. I thought I read.
Ooh, buddy.
We are under a month.
What do you know what day that is?
No, I don't.
Damn, okay. Well, we'll bring that to you next week, but Selection Sunday is going to be fun.
Well, just under a month, looking like the 17th, 16th or 17th.
Sweet. Cool beans. Yeah, so, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that is going to bring us to the end of another Hulaham Hour. Nick, you got anything else for the people this week?
I do not. Send us warm weather.
Yeah, please, for the love of God,
Lots
if you're
of
watching,
warm freaking weather.
If you're watching anywhere other than in Michigan, and you have anything above 30-degree weather, please send it our way. We are in desperate need of some sunshine. We're in desperate need of something melting the 15 feet of snow that is outside. It's been a long winter. Been a very long winter. Anyways, on a more positive note, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate all of the support. Again, shout out to Tom Grossi. Go over to his channel, check it out, see the live donation stream that he has going on. With that being said, Nick, we'll see you next week, and we are Hulaham out.